Hi, I'm Jim Julia. I'm president and owner of James D. Julia Auctioneers. And first of all, thank you very much for checking out our video. We have an extraordinary auction coming up October 1st and 2nd, truly extraordinary. Major collections, fabulous items of great rarity, condition, historical items, etc. One of the great nucleus, one of the great collections in this particular sale is that of Wes Adams. This is session 2 of the Wes Adams collection. Wes Adams was an extraordinary collector. He started out as a young man of very meager means. He was a cowboy up in Utah, born into a cowboy family. He eventually moved to Nevada, got himself a piece of equipment, and he and his wife Liz began a business that mushroomed into an extraordinary business. Wes was an exceptional man. He was a very focused man. He was a very aggressive and assertive man, and he knew how to get things done. He made it big in the developing world there in Nevada, together with the assistance of his lovely wife Liz and the rest of his family, and eventually acquired a tremendous amount of wealth, and he developed a love for guns, particularly Winchesters. But Winchesters isn't the only thing. He put together what is probably one of the finest collections of Winchesters in the world today, and most definitely the finest collection of Winchesters to ever come at auction. He then acquired the finest collection of Savage long arms in the world today. He put together a fabulous collection of Marlins, and then he put together a fabulous collection of Colts. All of it was focused on rarity, condition, unique configurations. He wanted the best of the best, and he paid what he had to pay to get it. I'm going to call in a good friend and a great firearms expert here, J.R. LaRue, and I'd like J.R. to come in and tell us a little bit about these special guns.
First, we're going to talk about this 1866. It's a Deluxe, silver-plated, factory-engraved, Skylar Heartland Graham cased rifle with 10 full boxes of original ammunition, plus a cartridge board full of loose ammunition. This rifle is lot number 1003, and it bears serial number 46027. It's absolutely spectacular in condition as well as rarity. It was the property of railroad magnate James J. Hill, who, along with a number of other railroad personalities, acquired the Northern Pacific and Burlington lines and other transportation such as steamboats and whatever that ran from San Francisco to the Orient. When he died in 1916, Mr. Hill left an estate of an estimated $53 million, which was a phenomenal estate for the time. This rifle has a very rare deluxe burl walnut with gold washed lever, hammer, and trigger. It is one of the most spectacular 66s in existence today. It has an estimate of $100,000 to $175,000. And the next item we're going to discuss here is this beautiful case set, which is lot number 1004, which is an extremely rare cased first model 1873 Winchester with button magazine, full round barrel, and deluxe checkered burl walnut. It's in a distributor case with 230 cartridges in a cartridge block here in the front. It also has its original steel and brass cleaning rod, and it is just in wonderful condition, very high condition, with case-colored receiver and, again, deluxe burl walnut. It has an estimate of $20,000 to $30,000. Lot number 1073, which is a deluxe engraved, gold-plated, special order Winchester Model 1894 short rifle. It has a 22-inch octagon to round barrel with half magazine. It's takedown with double set triggers and gold-plated receiver, fore-end cap, and butt plate. It has 3 special sights and is wonderfully engraved in pattern 4 by John Ulrich, and it's signed on the bottom tang. The right side of the receiver also has an inscription that says, "Presented to George Rutledge by R.M. Dudley, January 1st, 1912. Mr. Dudley apparently was someone quite special to deserve such presentation. This rifle is pictured in full color on page 257 of the Winchester engraving book by Wilson, and it was originally part of the Arlen McCroskey collection. It has a pre-auction estimate of $50,000 to $80,000. We're now presenting this Winchester Model 1894, which is lot number 1028 in the upcoming auction, and it is a one-of-a-kind Model 1894 that is also a short rifle. It has 24-inch octagon barrel with engraved and gold-plated receiver, butt plate, fore-end cap, and barrel band. The wood is what is so spectacular about this. It is checkered mahogany and letters as such. According to the records at the Cody Firearms Museum, there were only 22 arms of this model that were produced with non-standard wood, and this rifle is listed by serial number as the only one produced with mahogany wood. There were only, of those 22-inch barrel guns, only 336 were engraved, and only 56 of those were either gold-plated or gold-trimmed. This rifle has $4 engraving, which consists of standing deer patterns, and one side is inscribed I. M. Lawrence. Isidore Lawrence was a business owner, a store owner in El Paso, Texas in the 1890s. At one time held up at gunpoint by a robber, and he drew his own gun, shot, and killed the guy. This rifle remains in exceptional fine condition with most of its original finish, and is estimated at $40,000 to $70,000. Following those two wonderful Model 1894s, Mr. Adams had a great propensity for and a great love for Model 1886s. One of his 86 rifles is presented here. It's one of the factory exhibit pieces. This is this rifle right here. It is lot number 1062. It's a Deluxe engraved and gold inlaid exhibit rifle in caliber .45-70. It has on the left side engraved in a cloud shape, Winchester Repeating Arms Company, Co., 1895, surrounded by gold wire inlay, and the right side is engraved with the vignette of a bugling bull elk. It has the standard 26-inch barrel, but it's half octagon with a 2/3 magazine. The wood is spectacular center crotch, flame grain burl walnut with H-style checkered forearm and serpentine pistol grip stock with hard rubber butt plate. The letter that authenticates this rifle identifies it exactly with $5 engraving and the inscription as found here. This rifle is pictured on page 227 of the Book of Winchester Engraving and on Mr. Wilson's other book, Winchester Engraving. It was part of the Ivan Hart collection and is estimated at $35,000 to $50,000. Continuing with Mr. Adams' love for 1886 rifles, we present this piece here, which is a very, very rare special order semi-deluxe 1886 with the rare 30-inch octagon barrel and the equally rare pistol grip stock without checkering. It has case-colored receiver, and it is in caliber 45-90. It's lot number 1012 in this auction, and this rifle is an all-matching rifle. It letters exactly as it's found here, and it is in as new unfired condition, or as new nearly unfired condition, I should say. The case coloring is brilliant. The blue is equally bright and new, and the wood retains all of its original finish. It carries an estimate of $25,000 to $40,000. Along with Mr. Adams' great love for 1886s, he also had an equal affair with 1894s. And one of his great loves was the first model 1894s with the exposed guide screws on the outside of the receiver. This rifle here is lot number 1026, and it is an extremely rare deluxe first model, serial number 1693. It's lot number 1026 in this auction. It's in caliber 38-55 with the standard 26-inch octagon barrel. It has very, very nice 2 to 3X center crotch, flame grain, H-style checkered forearm and straight grip. It's in outstanding condition. It letters as it is found, and was shipped in 1895. But even though it shows that it was shipped in 1895, the records also, the serial records indicate that it was probably manufactured in 1894. It carries an estimate of a pre-auction estimate of $20,000 to $30,000. Continuing with Mr. Adams' Model 1894 first models, the rifle here we're presenting here is another of his first models. It's lot number 1027. It's serial number 3163. It's a standard grade rifle in caliber 38-55 with the usual 26-inch octagon barrel with all standard features, but the real rare part of this gun is it's in as new condition. It's just superb. It's one unlikely to ever be found again. And continuing with this that I don't have on display here, he also has in this collection that we're offering in this auction an extremely rare, maybe the only one known, first model 1894 saddle ring carbine with a staple and ring rather than the stud and ring. It's most unusual and most rare. This rifle that we're presenting here has a pre-auction estimate of $20,000 to $30,000. We had previously discussed, or Mr. Julia introduced, the Adams collection of rare and exotic Savage Model 1899 rifles. Well, he had more than just 1899s. He had a tremendous collection of 1895s. And we're going to go down the list here. I have 6 pieces that I'm going to present this afternoon. However, the first item is lot number 1144, which is a deluxe 1899 with D engraved, B carved wood, and has a standard 26-inch round barrel with wonderfully engraved receiver that has a buffalo on one side and with a tiger on the other side. What is most special about this rifle is that it was presented by President Theodore Roosevelt in about 1902 to his good friend and Lieutenant Governor of New York, Timothy L. Woodruff. Mr. Woodruff, as I said, was Mr. Roosevelt's good friend and was considered at the same time as Mr. Roosevelt when Theodore Roosevelt was nominated for vice president. As we know, then he became vice president under President McKinley, and when McKinley was assassinated, Mr. Roosevelt became president, and is still the youngest president to ever assume the office. Mr. Mabee in the 1950s was considered to have had the single finest collection of Savage rifles to ever be known in the United States or in the world. This spectacular rifle is a true one-of-a-kind and has the additional distinction of having been a presidential presentation.